Hello and welcome to another Facebook Live replay of Come Crafting with Jill and Jez. I'm Jez.
And I'm Jill.
And this month we are using the new products from the new annual catalogue. We do lives once a month in our Facebook group, the first Saturday of every month. So I know this isn't the first Saturday of the month, but it was bank holiday, so we change it when it's a bank holiday. So if you like us, do join us. It'd be lovely to have you in our group. We do a challenge every month as well for a little prize, and it'd be lovely to have you there. So I'm using Days to Remember, so hope you like what I do. Right then, so we are using Days to Remember, and I came up with this. I thought, because like these little ones, you just rip them off, don't you, when you get to the end? And I thought, how am I going to do that? So then I noticed that I could fit it in the lovely stitched So Sweetly dies, and I thought, oh, well, that's quite pretty, giving it a little bit of a stitched edge. And then I thought, oh, it'd be nice if we could just flip them over. So I've got these rings. I got loads of them, absolutely loads of them. Don't ask me where I bought them. Can't remember. Adam years. Probably bought them at some big craft. You know, when you know when you go to big stadiums, they have all sorts of stores. And then it just flips over and it moves on. So
you could save them until eventually that year comes round again.
You could. The thing that I'm disappointed about this set is that there's no separate numbers for putting the year. I would have liked to have put the year, but you know, I mean, you could pick them out, but that would just be too difficult. So, and you could, I was thinking you could have done this flat. I've put it up on our stickiness. You could have done this flat, and then you could have just stuck another one over. But I figure if this has been kicking around your desk for a year, then you want a new one, don't you? New paper comes in, new colours. Can anybody recognise this paper?
I was just looking at that. I don't know. Oh, is it the Suits one? Is it the
Not Suits? It's retired.
Oh. Is it the Boho Indigo?
No, it's I'll just leave it there, see if anybody can work it out. So what we're doing, so we're going to do this. So I've done some pre-prepping. I'll stop talking. So I've done some pre-prepping. I'm going to do 2 months with you. So obviously I'm doing a purple one because it's for me.
Oh, pretty.
And I'm using this beautiful DSP. I have been taken over by somebody else. I am not myself, because I've been using DSP right in the first month. I've been cutting up DSP, but this is beautiful. So I was torn between using this one and this one.
Oh, they look exactly the same.
No, it's different.
Oh, right.
It's different, Jill. It's different.
It's very similar.
It is very similar, but I went for that one.
It's a bit like Where's Wally to me, if you were trying to find that bit of paper on top of that.
Yeah. So beautiful papers. I just think they're absolutely gorgeous.
Pretty.
And lovely sort of floral.
Nice colour.
Floralness. And what is so beautiful as well about this paper, see, that's the bit I cut out, is when you flip it, the other side's just as beautiful.
Yeah.
I love this watercolor effect. I know we've done it for years in Stampin' Up, and I just absolutely love it. Don't even mind yellow in it. And I hate yellow.
That background purple on that one is pretty with the sprigs on it.
It is lovely, and that was nearly going to be this one. I was nearly going to choose that one, then I decided, oh, let's have a bit of flower, spring in it. Not that it looks like spring out the window. It looks like the middle of bleeding November. But there you go. So let me give you the measurements. Where's my book with the measurements in? Oh, do you know, there I am, all organised. I'm all organised, everyone. Here it is on the floor. So it would be easy to find, she says, and then loses it. So it is the DSP. I'd sort of designed the size so that you could use 6x6. So even though I've took this out of 12x12, I wanted it to work with 6x6. So we will be doing, when this goes live, we'll have a blog post with all the measurements on. You know, when this goes live on YouTube, which will be tomorrow, won't it, Jill?
Yeah.
So this is 6 inches by 4 3/4. I'm using a bit of gorgeous grate there to mat it so that it pops on the Highland heather. So this is 6 1/4 by 5, and then we are going to do the base. I did this out of white, but we're going to do it out of Highland heather. I was going to do it out of white again, then I took one more look at Jill's calendar and went, nah, I'm going all purple. You can get the base out of one sheet of A4. So we are going to cut these at yeah, I was suddenly thinking, no, you can't. And then I was like, yeah, you can. So if you cut it the right way, so it's 8 inches. So just cut this down to 8 inches. And then it's 5 1/4 wide. 2 strips, 8 inches by 5 1/4. So I just thought I'd show you the cutting because it would be really easy to cut it wrong and have to use a second sheet, and I don't like doing that. So there we go. So that is that. Then we're going to score, and you score in crash bang Diwalla. You're scoring them different. So the scoring's on the long side, and we're going to score 1 at 6 1/2.
Hi, Hazel. Hazel's just arrived.
Hi. 1 at 6 1/2 and 7 1/2, and then the other one at 1/2 and then 7. Okay.
And then Anthony's asking
one of them I take
if anyone's got their new stuff arriving on Monday. Mine was due for Monday, but when I checked the tracking this morning, it's now changed to Tuesday. So
I haven't rechecked the tracking. Mine said Tuesday. I haven't checked to see if that's changed.
2 orders coming. One was meant to be Tuesday, one was Monday, and now they're both Tuesday. So I'm hoping they don't change that again.
Yeah. So just folding and burnishing, and then what you're going to do is fold these the other way. So that little lip goes on the back, and then those 2 at the bottom will join together. And so what you need to do is on this bottom flap here, you need to take a smidge off, because otherwise it won't fit right. Just going to get my little trimmer. Oh, yep. Just take a little smidge off that one. About 1/16. Doesn't matter if it goes a little bit more. Just so that it will then go flat when you're sticking it down. It will now go flat. Whereas if you hadn't took that smidge off, it wouldn't. Okay. Wouldn't you be sorry if it also arrives Tuesday 2022? Yes. Well, yes.
Yeah.
So
although
what I'm doing is
this
is the front.
better.
Yeah.
Things have been arriving.
So this is the front, and this is the back. Not that it really matters, to be fair, which way round you do it. I can't remember if I stuck them all. I think I made it all on the DSP. So we'll stick this together just so we've done it. I've got a new Tombow just so things don't go Pete Tong. So you can just mitre these a tad to make them easier. Am I in shot?
Yeah.
Cool.
Getting quite close to the edge though. That's better.
There we go. So we just want some glue along this bit and some glue along the top bit. Well, so we want to be the underside of this Brand new top. Oh, look at that. Would you? Adam and Eve it. Just gonna move that along.
Yeah. That's why I always have a cocktail stick on hand.
Well, I do, but it's on my other desk, my filming desk, as opposed to my working desk, which is what I'm on now. That's all right. That'll do. Right. Let's get this right.
Yeah, a lot of people saying they spent out, so they can't afford to order quite yet. I understand that. Yeah, spent too much last month, so I've got to wait.
Yeah. Well, I didn't go mad in my first order, so that I could wait until all these people came along and made things out of sets I'd never even considered.
Yeah.
But I was lucky because I won a challenge, so I won a bundle.
Oh yeah.
So that was a wish list that was a new arrival. Do you know what I mean? It was like one that was like, oh, I'd not noticed that.
Yeah.
So there we go. So that is. Oh, I managed to stick that on there.
Annette's saying my hubby wants me to look at how much I've spent with Stampin' Up, but I daren't. Yeah, probably not a good idea. No. As soon as the Stampin' Up comes, my husband goes, "That's a customer order, is it?" Yeah.
Oh, I just tell him.
Yeah, it's a customer.
I just tell him they're freebies from Sam. He believes me. I always say that, or I say I'm about to order my freebies from my vouchers, and he's like, "Oh, lovely." Yeah. I think he knows really, but he's not bothered. Right, so that is it. That's how it looks. So now let's get the rest of it done. Now I can't see it because I've put things on top of where it is. So it's here beside me, like an absolute wally. So this will get stuck on there. Quite great. It's the stamping that blows your mind.
Yeah.
I'm going to save that bit till last.
Yeah.
Doing that bit last. So there we go. Bit of this. Make sure it's the right way up.
That would be clever, that stamp set.
It is. And it wasn't until I started doing it that I realised just how clever. I thought it was clever when I saw it.
Yeah.
And then I started playing with it and I realised it's amazingly clever. Right, we'll leave it at that. Let's get the stamping done. So I've already done the prep. And I've done January to October. And so I thought I'd do 2 because the first time you'll go, what? And then you'll want to watch it again. So there we go. So I've got my stamp mat because it is a photopolymer set. I just like to stick a bit of grid mat over my stamp mat so that I can see straight. Normally I cover it completely in one of these, but then I think, well, I want to advertise this Stampin' Up. So you've got a choice between whether or not you want your months to start on a Monday or a Sunday. I like mine to start on a Monday because I like the last 2 columns to know that they're the weekend. Otherwise you've got the weekend at the beginning and the end. And, you know, we go away for the weekends often. Well, we don't at the moment, but, you know, we used to. So you've got a choice between those 2. So the way I did this was I went ahead and don't want Gorgeous Grape at all. I want Highland Heather. And I stamped all the days of the week. So the first thing I do was stamp the days in the week across. So this isn't the bit that's going to blow your mind. So I'm going to put my glasses on and I'm so glad my face isn't on camera. So stamp it up using my grid mats.
I think you're very brave stamping it after you've die cut. I would do it the other way round.
Oh, well, no, it's really simple. So you can just eyeball because you can see through it where you're in the middle. There, leaving a space up there for the month. Okay, So I'm going to do both of those because we're doing 2. I've got a spare one just in case. So there we go. All the way down. So say just leaving enough at the top for the month. Now, I've printed out to make life easier because I knew I couldn't flip back and forwards on the phone. So I can see there, this is, I'm doing 2022 as did I say that? Because obviously I've got a 2021. So if this one's going to be, no, I'm doing November and December. I can see there that I want the top row to start at the 1 there, and I want the 7 there. So I want that section, and I want it to stop at 6.
Yeah.
So that's the section that you want to stamp off, right? It's November and it's the 30th. So on a couple of them, you have to mask off the 31.
First, yeah.
The 31st. What did I say? 31.
Well, you said 31, yeah. But yeah, the 31st. Same thing.
Yeah, yeah. And February, obviously, you take off 29,
yeah.
30 and 31. So just a little bit there over the 31st. Quite easily done. Now, this is the mind-blowing bit. You may have seen this before. Okay, so we want the 1 and the 7, and on this side we want the 6. Well, let me show you. Make sure your stamp pad, ink pad's that way on, because when you go to it and you put your 1 and your 7 there, it just fits perfectly and it doesn't ink any of the other colours. When I did that, I just went, oh my actual, that is amazing. Whoever designed this was a genius, an absolute genius. So then you line.
Have they said that anywhere?
No, I just stamped it and went, oh my God. I literally went, oh my God. I think my sister was on with me at the time, crafting. And I had to show, I went, Dee, look at this. It's amazing. And that then stamps it. And it's just brilliant. And because, and I mean, you can clean it in between, but I just took a little scrap of paper because I'm lazy and just sort of stamped it off a few times so that I was ready then to do the next one. So the next one's December. There's 31 days in December. So I need to, for December, make sure the 1's there, it ends in the 4, and we've got the 5 there. So the 1's there, we're ending in the 4. Am I on? You're ending in the 4, and you've got the 5 there. And it doesn't ink up anything else.
No. It's very clever.
And it works.
It's going to be a
for everybody.
That stamp set, isn't it? For calendars.
Hey?
It's going to be a keeper, that set.
Oh, God, yeah. I mean, I bought, obviously, I'm a scrapbooker, a journaler. So, you know, I just saw this and it was a no-brainer that I was getting it. And I just love it. I hope my head's not in the way. Showing me roots.
Yes, it is. Can't see any roots, though.
All right. I didn't spray today. So there we go. So then we've got all the months. So this one's December. Let's not spoil it by doing the wrong month.
Or upside down.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking through it. Now the T for Thursday is in the centre. So I kind of angle it so that that's in the middle of the word. There we go. That's December's. And here we've got November, my favourite month. There we go, November. And then what I've done, which is another thing that I love about this set, is I'm taking Gorgeous Grey because it's a bit darker. You've got a little circle to circle important dates.
Oh.
And the important date in November is, my
That's
sister's on here. No, it's my birthday. So that'll be November the 13th. And my son was also born in November, so that's November the 18th. So that's another reason why I like November, and not just because it's my birthday, because I had my had a baby in November as well.
Yeah.
So there we go. So that's
excellent.
That is the mind-blowing, amazingly wonderful thing about this stamp set. How cool is that?
Mm.
That's proper cool. And because it's see-through, you can line up really well. So Anthony's saying, beautifully lined up, round of applause. Thank you so much. It's easy. It's easy when you can see through it. I mean, some of them are a bit out, actually.
You'd have to really love someone to make them this calendar, though.
It didn't take too long. So I prepped it this morning. These die cuts and...
Yeah.
Oh, no, I die cut last night, actually.
I'm not going to be making them to send out in my catalogues at Christmas, though.
No. To be fair, you wouldn't make that many of them, would you? So I'm gonna stick that towards the top.
Oh, got to get this set now, Annette's saying. Sold to that lady.
Yeah, it is brilliant. And I say, for me, for scrapbooking and that, you know, that thing about circling the dates. So like if I'm scrapbooking a special birthday, anniversary or a trip, I can circle the day we did it, which I love.
Yeah. I will buy this. I like this.
I mean,
it's on my maybe list, but I won't buy it until nearer Christmas, until nearer the new year, because that's when I make calendars. So I'll buy it, you know.
Well, I wanted it straight away because I wanted it to scrapbook.
Scrapbooking, yeah.
And so it might be featured in my next scrapbooking video that I do of our little adventure in 2019. So I'm putting that one down there. And then I just need to cut the numbers out. So I'm doing 2022. I'm going to do it. This one I used a bit of DSP, but I'm just going to do it out of cardstock, this one. And I don't know if anybody's done this, and I don't know if there's an easier way. This is the way I do it. So sticking me bit of cardstock on our sticky.
Yeah.
Cutting it off.
I put the backing layer back before I cut it out so it doesn't stick to your scissors.
Do I?
Put this backing because you can see through it, so you can cut it and it doesn't stick to your scissors.
Yeah, you can. Oh, thanks for that little tip there, genius. That's brilliant. So then that will cut out, and with it being 2022, I need 3 2s. Where's my plates?
Yeah.
There they are.
And you don't get duplicate numbers in the playful alphabet, do you? You get duplicate letters, but you don't get duplicate numbers.
But not. No. It doesn't take long though, especially when you've got this little natty little number. There. 2 and 0. Do you know, it took me ages the first time I used this to work out which was the 0 and which was the letter O.
Yeah.
And I might have put a letter O instead of a 0 in some things, and I might have put a 0 for a letter O, but you know, it doesn't really matter.
Well, if you can't tell, nobody else can tell.
Well, this is so true. That is going to slightly stick.
Yeah,
there.
It's got an odd edge, and it's very sticky. You have to be really sure where you're sticking it down.
So I was going to do this before I went live because there was opportunity for it to go Pete-tong, but I decided, be brave, Jess, be brave. I'm going to cut these edge bits off so it doesn't stick to my plate. There we go. And I know I'm wasting bits, but it's not expensive, is it? And I don't waste out house. I am a frugal crafter. Well, I try to be. There we go. Clean my plate afterwards. Oh, that's come off. It's come off the backing. No, don't do that.
It's a whole conversation going on about Anthony's love of the playful alphabet here.
Oh, yeah. I don't think I owned it before I saw Anthony's.
Yeah. I know
projects.
Made some great projects with it.
And gave me ideas that I'd not thought of.
I think it's because you joined after the large letters retired, Anthony, because we were all bereft when the large letters were.
Well, I still haven't got over it, Jill.
No, I mean mine are here. I've got the numbers and the letters.
I've got the numbers and the letters. Yeah, so useful.
That's the stamp set, but we had dies that went with it as well, and then the numbers, and they were such fab sets. As you can see, I'm never letting mine go. I love them.
No,
but we're all still bereft about those. So the playful alphabet had to work quite hard to find its place in our hearts.
Yeah, and to be fair, I do like the fact that these are much smaller, because you'd never be able to have done this with those big numbers. Sometimes those big numbers and big letters were too big.
Yeah,
it's like my cheers card that we did for the blog hop. You know, that would have taken up there wouldn't have been room for me cocktail glass.
Yeah,
so there we go. So now I need to put me 2002 on there. So you just peel the back off, and I kind of do the middle. Sorry, I think I've knocked you there as I took my glasses off my head. Right. So
we're a bit seasick, but we're surviving.
Yeah, so I'm just sort of do the centre ones first. I'm eyeballing it and hoping for the best.
Yeah, yeah. The font of the playful alphabet is because it's so plain. I think it's got so many uses.
Yeah, it'll go with anything, won't it?
Yeah.
And I do like that. I see these. I put these numbers on our balloon, you know, our balloon punch that's now retired. And these numbers fit in those balloons really well, which is great for kiddies cards.
Yeah.
They're great for sending Stampiversary cards. If you remember to send them to the right person, I think Sue's on here, and Sue ended up with the Stampiversary card. And the person whose Stampiversary ended up with Sue's card. Because I'm a Wally. There we go. Not necessarily as centre as I would like it, but it will do. So that's that. This is my little tip. Little pokey tool and a cork. That's another thing, them getting rid of the little pokey tool. I know we've got the picker tool thing, which is great, but I do like the convenience of my little pokey tool. And then I'm going to stick that on there. Don't know how am I doing for time?
Yeah, it's nearly 2:45.
Jill, I'm so sorry.
It's all right. It's all these people watching you need to apologise to.
You said yours was a quick card though, didn't you?
It is quick. It's fine. It's fine. I took too long last time.
You sometimes do 2 cards, so I'm just like payback time. So there, that can go on the front there. So we're nearly done. Honestly, pretty. Nearly done.
We did have about 15 minutes of chat before we started.
Yeah. So what I do now is I'm just putting one of them over like that. I've got a crocodile.
Yeah.
You may not all have a crocodile, but you might have some sort of hole punch. Yeah, any sort of hole punch.
Got one of those.
Is required for this. And I put my crocodile down and make a hole in the corner there, and make a hole in this corner here.
I should have put one of those on my birthday list, really, shouldn't I? Maybe I'll get some money.
There are other ones on the market, and then I can use this then
to line it up
as a template to line it up, and it should go through all 12 at one go.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And you can see through.
Can you change the size of the hole?
See through where it is. Yeah, there's 2 sizes. There's this one is 3/16, and then there's an 1/8.
Oh, excellent. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah. Maybe.
And they set eyelets. That's why I bought it, was to have an eyelet setter.
Yeah.
just get them. You sometimes get, that's because that's got 12 lots of cards stuck in it. And there we go. I am pushing its limits by doing these, but it's managed. It does leather. It's great for belts, belt holes. I've even got a big bite, which is its big brother, which allows you to go into the inside of it stretches to 6 inches. So there, it did struggle a tad with that, but it's all right. So December goes on the back. Just poke that out. There we go. I say there are other hole punches you could do. You could line it up and make a pencil mark, etc. And then I've got my little rings, and so where's January gone? There.
Anthony is saying he used to have an overbite, but the dentist sorted it out.
Oh, that's funny. And then we just put your rings in, put the other one in, and I say you'll know that you're loved if somebody makes you one of these.
Yeah, they'd make nice Christmas presents for people.
They would. I think if you were doing like craft fairs and things like that, you'd have to charge like 20 quid for it.
Yeah.
For the amount of time it takes to make.
I think I'd like to make them with the calendar bit a bit bigger, with the space at the top, and then decorate each month with appropriate stamps.
Yeah, well, there is room for decorating on this, which is what I thought. And there are in it. You've got hearts and flowers and stars and balloons. So I did think of putting like a heart in February.
Yeah, you could put it on the 14th.
On the 14th, and you could actually stamp that over the 14th.
Yeah.
You know, stamp it off and stamp it on. Balloons for birthday months. That's Ed's birthday. You know, and things like that. And so then you just flip them over. So that is my little calendar.
Excellent.
So sorry that I've not given you much time.
That's all right. I'll do it. I'll put double speed.
I'll come up. So hope you liked that. Hope you liked my little project there. I enjoyed making it. I look forward to January 2022 when I can start using it. And now if you pop over and you can see what Jill made. And I'll link to Jill's channel down below to make it easy for you to find her. And I'll also link to my blog down below where you'll get all the measurements for my desktop calendar. Okay, see you soon.
Bye.